What's up, man? I'm still just trying to get a bunch of flies done for that festival coming up. Come on, man. Oh, what's up, Taz? Yeah, you can use a toothbrush. Get my dog's coming here whining for no reason like he normally does. I'll probably tie for maybe an hour and something, y'all, and then I'm gonna go probably go ride my mountain bike for. I usually try to go do like about 5 miles at least. So I'm just trying to get a bunch of flies knocked out for this festival. It's not till May, but I'm trying to have hundreds of flies done to sell. These flies, nylon rope for gar. Yeah, people they do that. They'll take a mop head. You can take a mop head and throw that for gar. I've never done it, but people do it. Taz, you're always here. I don't. What you mean? You can't believe you're always on here. Quick, easy little chartreuse and white. Nothing to it. I've got 3 more of the small eyes, so I'll probably do about 3 more of those small ones like that. Why do I have flashlight? It's an ultraviolet flashlight. It puts out ultraviolet light. So this glue, it dries with ultraviolet light. So I shine the ultraviolet light on the glue and it dries it like within a couple of seconds. Just don't go shine it in your eyes, and you can you can you can sunburn your fingers too. I see guys that'll hold the fly and shine it, but you can sunburn the tips of your fingers. So. I know I'm kind of speed tying, y'all. I'm just trying to knock out a bunch of flies. Um, just kind of speed tying everybody. Crafting fur. You can use deer tail, which I do. I do use deer tail a lot, but I got lighter eyes on this. These are little beady eyes, so I'm just using crafting fur on this one. As a streamer, kinda. It's kind. I mean, it's kind of a streamer. I think that's what you're asking. Um, I mean, it's just it's a redfish fly, so they're very simple. You know, redfish, they'll eat just about anything. All right, gonna add some two little rubber legs to it. Of course, we're gonna double it over, so it's gonna make it 4. We're gonna double these over. That'll make it 4. All right, we'll cut some of this off. Do I have kids? I've got one daughter, everybody. I don't normally, I mean, I'm not on here to like talk about all that. I'm just on here to tie flies. In Spain, in Spain, no function. In Spain, no something, no function. Something in the United States, something like that. Something don't function like it does in the United States. Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I had to learn Spanish back in the day, but I just don't remember it all. So I'm sorry about that. trying to get in too big of a hurry. Would it be easy to make a minnow light fly out of nylon rope or anything for a gar or bass? I don't like to catch gar just because, we hook into them sometimes accidentally, and I don't like gar. But yeah, minnow flies are not hard to make at all. I don't know about making out of rope. I've never done that. But minnow flies aren't very hard to make at all. I can actually. I'm gonna tie a couple more of these because I got about two more of these eyes, and then I can knock out some minnow type flies. They're not hard. What's up, Bay 8? Have you ever used flat or glass eye rattles? Yes. I might even have. I can't remember if I got any more left or not. But yeah, I've used rattles. I've used rattles on flies. I just don't see, like down here. I just don't see a big difference. I don't. Like I said, redfish will pretty much eat anything, so I just don't see a big advantage of using them. For bass and stuff, maybe so. Another one. Right here, y'all. All right, I'm gonna knock out two more of these. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. I don't normally live stream at this time, but I was gonna tie some flies anyway, so I figured I might as well go live. Um, I mean, I've used them. I don't see anything wrong with using them. You know, I just redfish are just so aggressive for the most part that I don't think I normally need them. Usually with a redfish, unless they're just not eating, like if it's one of those weird days where the fish are just not eating, usually if you pull a fly in front of them, they're going to eat it. I would say for redfish, it's more of a color thing. As long as they can see the fly, I think that's the biggest thing with redfish. Like last week when we were fishing, um, 3 of those days the water was kind of dirty, you know, and we caught some giant flies. If you watch that video I put out, I mean some giant redfish. You know, the water was kind of dirty, so we were using like black and purple flies, and let's see. I think we mostly used black and purple because the water was kind of dirty, and fish can see like darker colors better, or white. You know, you can use like a white. But they were eating those black and purple flies, man. If you watch that video, you'll see some giants. And we did throw, I think, on one of those big bull reds on that video. We caught it on like that olive colored Hopedale crab. And over the years, that olive colored Hopedale crab is like the number one, at least on my charters. That's like the number one fish catchingest fly we use. Just because, you know, that Hopedale crab, the olive color, it's just a natural color. It's just a real natural looking fly. And those redfish eat it up. I know I'm kind of speed running through these, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm just trying to get a bunch of flies tied up. If I do have anybody new on here, please hit that subscribe button, y'all. I'm trying to get my channel up to about 10,000 subscribers. I hit the 5,000, which took me years and years to do, but I'm trying to get like 10,000 subscribers. Minnow head brush. I'm gonna do one more fly like this, y'all, and then I'll swap it up. I know it gets kind of boring watching the same fly. It gets kind of boring tying the same fly, but I'm trying to knock out a bunch of them to sell, so. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that was not in the. There we go. We're gonna knock out one more of these, y'all, and I'll change it up. That's number 3. Knock out one more. Then I'll swap it up and tie some minnow flies. I don't tie those a lot. I don't use them all the time. I use them, but it's usually when I'm around the beaches. And I mostly fish the beaches like summer into basically starting in summer all the way, or late spring when it gets hot. I'll fish the beaches all the way until basically when it cools off in the fall, because the bull reds will be along the beaches a lot when it's hot like that. So I'll throw more bait fish style flies then. What's up, Lama? What's up, man? Forgot a plane. Oh, plan for the rod giveaway. I was thinking about it again the other day. I might. I think about doing something where, so that I can get some use out of it too. Maybe doing something where I ask a question about maybe my last 3 videos or something like that, and then you got to answer the question right. And of course, you got to be subscribed. Something like that. That way, I can see if people have been watching my videos because I've got over 700 videos on my channel, y'all. I'm a one-man crew, so I do all my editing, filming, I do everything, and it's honestly a pain in the booty. Like that last video I put out, it took me half the day, like hours and hours to edit that video, and it's only got 100 and something views. So, you know, I work my butt off, but I'm just not getting anything out of it. You know. So, what kind of rod am I giving away? I got a 8-weight. It's brand new. It's in the box. It's an 8-weight. It's made by Cortland. It's a 8-weight fly rod with a reel. It's a combo. It's brand new, so it's an 8-weight with the reel, and it's got the line already on it. You know, I'm not like Mr. Beast or something. I don't have money to give away, but all right, y'all. This is gonna be the last fly I tie like this, and then I'll swap it up. Oh, there you go. There you go, Liam. Yeah, I've actually given away rods to clients before. I've given away a couple of my rods to people that were just starting out. I got some rods that I will not give. Like I've got a rod they don't even make anymore that I'm gonna hold on to and stuff like that. I've got a I've got a Lamson. It's made by Lamson, but it's a rod. It's weird. It's a rod and reel combo basically. It's a fly rod, but the reel is built onto the rod. But it's made by Lamson. It's called a Lamson Waterworks, and so it's a rod reel combo. It's an 8-weight, and I wanted to buy one. I couldn't find them anywhere, and I found one on eBay. So I got in a bidding war with like 25 people, and I won it. Oh, this last one's turning out kind of weird. This last fly, I'm gonna have to trim it up. I'm gonna have to trim this one. It's turning out a little weird. All right. Oh, what's up, David? Last one I'm tying like this, y'all, and I'm gonna move on to something else. Do I know my next night live? Not really. I don't know, Liam. If you hit the little notification bell, it'll pop up whenever I go live. I don't know. I just kind of go whenever. All right, y'all. We knocked out like four. We knocked out like four of these, y'all. We're gonna change it up a little bit. So let me put some stuff up. Gonna put some stuff up and grab some different stuff. Just grabbing some different material, y'all. Actually, we might use that one. Llama out. All right. I'm gonna swap up hooks on this, y'all. We're gonna tie some bait fish style, which are really not hard to tie. Just gotta grab some ingredients real quick. On the bait fish flies, you can kind of use whatever colors you want, you know. You just want to, it's just going to look like a fish, but they're not that hard to do. I'm just grabbing some stuff we need. I guess we can start. Well, I might change out my thread. Let me swap out my thread real quick. I'm gonna use regular thread. It's a little bit thicker. So I'm just swapping my thread real quick, y'all. We're gonna tie some bait fish. A little bit different than the bait fish we tied the other night. We'll do some different ones. Some more, a little bit simpler style. All right, let's tie some bait fish. I'm gonna use a different hook on these. These are the Umpqua. I think this is a 2-aught. Yeah, this is a 2-aught. I think this is called black something. Oh, it's called the Beast Black hook. So it's basically just a good. It's just a regular. It looks like a. If you're fishing for like old school plastic worms for bass or something, that's what it looks like. All right, I am going to add a little bit of lead weight to this, just a little bit. So this is lead wire right here. I'm going to add just a little bit. So basically I'm just going to wrap this lead wire around the thing. Just a little bit. All right. For the heck of it, I'm putting a little bit of glue on that lead wire. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of blue off the back. So I'm gonna add some blue. Like I said, on these you can kind of make them however you want, you know. It'll come out fishy in the end, so and that's gonna kind of give me a base to build off of. All right, now I got some 50-pound test. I think this is it's just mono. I think this is just monofilament. Yeah, 50-pound test monofilament leader. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a loop on here. It's gonna kind of hold my material. So I'm gonna tie on this mono on one side and kind of loop it over. What's up, Munchie? So as you can see, I put a loop. I put a loop right here, and it's going to kind of hold my material up like that on this fly. That's really all I'm doing with that loop, is just putting it on there to just kind of hold the material up. All right, now y'all, we're just gonna start building off that. And these, very simple. You can really just make them. You can make them out of a bunch of flashing. A bunch of different color flashing if you want. Or, you know, whatever colors you want to use on the fly. It's just a very simple bait fish fly. It's nothing to it. Very simple bait fish fly. This is chartreuse, but it's got a little bit of pink mixed in with it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more to layer over this. I'm gonna add another strip of blue. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit more shiny to it. We're gonna work our way forward, and then we'll get ready to put the nose and the eyeballs. This is a very simple, easy little bait fish fly. Really nothing to it. I wonder if I've got any. Checking some supplies. I don't have exactly what I was wanting to use. I might have to make a substitution. I still got to put my gold on there, but trying to think how I want to do it. You know what? I'm going to add a strip of white to it. And then I'm going to put my gold and blue. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of gold in there. I think put some gold right on the back, and it will be about done. Besides putting eyeballs on there, I think a little bit of gold will look cool. Y'all see when I get done. This won't look like this. We're gonna build this up. You'll see. I know right now it looks crazy. All right, now we're gonna build this front end up, and then we're gonna put eyeballs on here. That's one of the reasons I use this thicker thread. It's just a lot easier to build up a thread wall right here, thread dam. We're gonna try it right there. I don't know if I got quite enough built up. We'll try that. All right, eyeballs. Y'all, it's about 2:23. Oh, what's up, Owen? This might be the last one I tie. I kind of want to go ride my mountain bike, so go do something to get off my booty. All right, we're gonna add some eyeballs on here. These are self-adhesive, but I always add a drop of glue anyway. I meant to buy more of these the other day at the fly shop and I forgot. Dang it. One of my eyeballs came off. Let me hit this. Trying to get the eyeballs perfect, y'all. Pain in the booty. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what? I'm going to do one eye at a time to get the stick because they keep falling down. I'm going to do one eye, turn it over, and do the other eye. Alright. Put this eye on, hit it with the ultraviolet light. That's pretty close. We'll hit this with ultraviolet light, y'all, and then what you do, you put glue, you build like a little glue bridge across there, and then put glue on your thread, and that's about it. Okay, you can see the big eyes on there. Now we're gonna build like a little glue bridge across here. Turn it over, do the same thing. Oh, thank you, Owen. It's a simple fly to tie. The hardest part, I guess, is probably figuring out the colors you want to do, and then um, because you can really do whatever colors you want, and then get the eyes to stay on there. All right, dry this, and then we're done. All right, that's pretty. That's pretty much it, except for I'm going to snip away some of this just to be OCD. But other than that, all right, y'all. It's a very simple little bait fish fly. So after we put the eyes on there, y'all can see I put a little glue bridge between the eyes. Basically made that almost like solid right there. Same thing on the bottom. And then you dry that, and it makes a little solid head on there with a big old eye. Basically all it is to it, y'all. Just a super simple. Somebody asked about bait fish earlier. That's a super simple bait fish fly right there. Nothing to it. We put a heavy monofilament loop right here on the hook. All that does is keep this stuff up like that. Oh, thank you, Bay 8. And all the colors and stuff, you can kind of do whatever. I did some blue. I did a little blue and a little white crafting, or what's it called? Crafting fur. And then I did some blue, some chartreuse, and some gold flashing. That's really about it. It's a very simple, nothing to it. But sling it out there and strip it through, and it'll look like a bait fish going through the water. Oh, I did put some lead on here for this one to sink down a little bit. You don't have to put lead on there. You can leave this super lightweight if you want, and you can do it like that too. So it's more like, like throwing a jerk bait or something like that. But I did put a little weight on mine, but you don't have to. But all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go ride my bike so I can get off my booty and do something. I might stream again tonight. But thank y'all for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all next time.